Welcome back to my channel, guys. It's Oscar here again. Hope you guys are all doing well. Today I'm gonna show you guys how to edit car rollers or rolling shots of cars in Lightroom, how I do it. And this is gonna be kind of like a sequel to how I edit car photography. Since that video has been doing so well and I've gotten so much positive feedback on that one, I kind of want to show you guys how to do this. I mean, it's similar, but in a sense you want to take a little bit of a different approach to it, and there's a little special techniques I'll tell you guys how to do. So on my screen here you can see I got 8 pictures, and I think I'm just going to do the same thing how I did last time, kind of go through each one at a time, do a quick edit, and then kind of give you some tips and tricks on them. So let's get right into it. So first one, we're gonna have a picture of my buddy Jared's GS. Now this picture was taken on a Canon 80D with a 10 to 18 mil lens. And first thing off I'm gonna do is crop the picture so it's a little closer, center the car, and start from here. So I don't exactly, I'm not sure how I want to go about this, but I think this is gonna look pretty good. I think we're gonna bring it more towards the cooler side just because it's a white car, and I mean there's not really too much around the car that's gonna give it some more life, so I think that'll be good. Bring the shadows up a little bit, and let's bring some more light into here. That's a little bit too much on that. Okay, and then we'll drop the blacks down here. That's a little bit too much. That's a little much too. So I think that'll be good for now. Again, still hue, saturation, luminance. I don't really touch still anymore, so we're gonna go ahead and turn up the details and do a little masking on that, so just the cars getting affected by that. We're gonna do this just because that lens does a little bit of distortion. I think we're gonna go this way to the left side, and then we're gonna add a little vignette. From there we're gonna add a little, what is this called, gradient, layered gradient, whatever this is. I haven't used Lightroom in so long I don't remember what these things are called, which is bad, but I miss shooting, so this is fun for me. I haven't edited pictures in maybe 2 or 3 months, so this is pretty fun. So already this is the beginning of the picture, how it started, and this is how it looks so far, so obviously 10 times better already. I think next off we're gonna do some brush adjustments. So as I was saying, okay, so for some reason every time I keep hitting the brush tool, it keeps stopping the recording. So I just went ahead and did the brush tool, just a quick little bit more contrast on the wheels, brightened up the front of the car to bring out the more white and so you could see it, and then took out most of the saturation in the lights just because it was really blue. So that's basically how that picture looks. So that's the before, that's the after. It's not great, but it'll do. So on to the next one. It's similar, so I think I'm just gonna hit previous. So already looks pretty good. So this is taking the exact same thing that I did with the last picture and just slapping it on here. Now I think add a little turn like that, it'll look a little bit cooler. Crop it in a little bit more, and so like this is a brush tool thing, so I can go ahead and take that out, and it's gonna stop the recording, I think. Well, let's see. Okay, it didn't stop the recording, so that's interesting to see, but I'm not sure why I kept doing it on the first one then. So now we just gotta see, I think we can get rid of that. That's for the lights. So this is, so it did stop the recording, but that's not stopping me. So went ahead and took that mask out, or the brush adjustment of that one out, and then I just brightened up the photo by 0.45, and it already looks way better. So again, just what I said, I took the previous edit that we did on the first picture, moved it onto this one, and it looks pretty good in my opinion. So going to the next one, there's 3 pictures of my buddy Ginzel's car, so I think we're gonna do this one just because I like this one a little bit more. And same thing, this was taken on the 80D with the 10-18, and yeah, so Ginzel's car, you guys have probably seen I think I did it in one of my other videos. I showed his car. Fairly impressive wide body Liberty Walk G30. Was it a G37 IPL? I believe it was. So on this one, we're gonna keep the temperature there. Kind of want to bring the shadows up. I think we'll bring the shadows up here. Do that, and then we can do that. Give it a little bit more kind of drama to the picture. And we're gonna do that again. Do the same thing we did in the last picture, just put the vignette all the way down, and then add a little bit more here. And that's all it really takes. So like on this picture, I mean, it already looks good as it is. Just add that. I don't really mind that the sky is kind of pretty much gone. I mean, it does look pretty nice like that, but let's say I had it, I think we were around here, but let's say we went all the way down on the highlights, then we brought the shadows up more to something like that. That looks pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. And then we could just bring the blacks down to kind of work with it. So I think we can just leave it like that. And like in this picture, it's not going to be as, I mean, either one of these pictures weren't as sharp because they're taking on a Canon that doesn't have built-in body or like built-in stabilization. So either you got to have really steady hands, or you're gonna be in like a really cloudy feeling car. So see, I would do the brush adjustment tool on this. Let me see what I hit. So back to Ginzel's car. Like I said, I was gonna do something with the brush adjustment or adjustment brush, but again, it stopped the recording, so I'm not gonna do it. So yeah, just basically that's it. And as you can see, like on this picture, 1/50th of a second, this one 1/50th of a second, this one 1/50th of a second. It kind of depends on how much you know, how fast or how much of a roller you want the picture to look like. That's kind of all personal preference in my opinion. I don't know, I think on the next, like the last 2 pictures, I did way more time just because it was on the Sony a7R II, which has the built-in body stabilization. But on these, I decided to keep it to somewhat where I can, you know, still hold it, but be able to capture a clear image. So then we're gonna go on to here. This is my buddy Hunter's car. As you can see, this one's shot at 1/30th of a second, still on the Canon. So again, we're gonna crop in on this one. Same thing, I think we're just gonna try and make the picture look as good as we can. And then I think we're gonna bring up the saturation of the yellows, kind of bring that up too. And then do the reds a little bit. And I think we're gonna do gradient on the bottom just to make the street look a little bit more black. and your eyes aren't going towards the street, but you're going to be focusing on Hunter's car instead. And instead of using the brush tool, we're going to use this for now, just to bring up I think we're gonna do one more here. That's a little bit too much. Yeah, I don't really like that. The first one was enough. Just gonna bring the first one up a little bit more and tilt it a little bit. So that looks pretty good. Then we're gonna go to these pictures of my buddy Matt's car. So this is shot at 1/30th on the A7R2 on the 50mm, and then you have the Canon 18 or 10-18. So similar thing to the last pictures, just I always start off everything by doing the temperature first, and then basically going down like this. And then I think I'm gonna want to crop this in a little bit, maybe like that, so you still have the sunset in the background. I think I'm gonna bring this up a little bit because it looked a little bit too green. And then I think that looks pretty good. Then we're going to do the normal masking thing. Do this just in case. Doesn't recognize it, so we're going to do Canon 50mm. Bring that down, bring that. Do a little bit of vignetting. Maybe like that. And that's basically done on that point. And then on this one, let's see what we can do. So on this, like the reason I only took it at this angle, I was trying to mess with different angles and see what kind of pictures would come out of it if I did something like that. And I think this one turned out looking pretty nice. Wow, I'm digging that. That looks pretty sick so far. And I think I'm going to leave it more towards the blue on this side, just because you can't really see the sun. I think the sun was just starting to go down, so I think we're going to leave it kind of like that. We're going to crop it in a little bit more so the car is taking up more of the space in the middle. And then we'll do a slight little gradient thing down here. Bring down the clarity to smoothen up the road a little bit. And then that's basically it. So, okay, see on this picture it was 1/25th, and you can see the road's a lot more kind of warpy looking. 1/30th, you still get it, but the higher shutter that you go, the more warpiness you're gonna get. So I think that's gonna wrap it up. Sorry about the little technical difficulties I had kind of with the brush tool and everything, but if you guys learned anything about how to edit rollers or anything like that in this video, please drop a like, comment down below what you thought about it, and if this helped you out in any way with kind of being able to shoot rollers, edit rollers, anything to do with rollers or car photography, that would be greatly appreciated if you could let me know down in the comments. I love trying to teach new people new things, whether that's with chips, history, life, car photography, videography, anything in general. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.